Now, there are physical properties to metals. There's appearance, physical state, melting and boiling points, hardness, tensile strength, density, malleability, ductility, lustrousness, heat and electrical conductivity, and sonority. So now, can you guys tell me what appearance, what appearance, what does it mean? What does it mean when you say appearance? Lustrous. Can you explain what lustrous means?
I think it's shining.
Yes, very good. What else?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
What is the meaning of appearance? What are we talking about when we say appearance? Yes, the way it looks on the outside. What else? So somebody mentioned lustrous. What else? So they said metals are lustrous. Can you tell me something more about metals? Their appearance. Observation that you're a metal. Yes. Who wants to go?
Ma'am, metals have a luster.
Yes.
You like diving?
Arya, do you have something to say?
I feel like someone's playing some video in the background because I can't.
I think so too.
Ma'am, I don't want to share it.
Okay. All right. So let's go over each of these physical properties. Okay. So somebody mentioned that they are lustrous. What else?
Ductile.
Ma'am, they are good conductors of heat and electricity.
Hello?
I'm only talking about appearance right now.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Their physical state.
There is no actual definite shape and width, so there's no other point, I guess.
Can you tell me about the color of metals?
Oh, gold is like shiny yellow type.
Okay.
And silver is gray, light gray with a shine on it.
Okay. What about other metals like aluminum, iron? What about them?
They mostly have the shiny gray color like silver, but it is less shiny. They shine a little less.
Okay, good. But the color is pretty much more or less the same, right? They're all either silver or grayish in color, right?
Yeah.
So we can say that metals are, metals are mostly silver or gray in color except for copper and gold. So somebody mentioned that gold is yellowish in color. And what about copper?
Copper is kind of a not a mustard color. Actually, it's bronze color.
Like bronze. Yeah.
Bronze.
So,
but really bright. Like bronze is a little dark, so it becomes a little like it becomes really light from that shade, and it is much more shiny. And there is one more exception: mercury. Mercury is red, right?
No, mercury is not red. Mercury is silver.
Then why is it red in thermometers?
No, it's silver in thermometers.
Yeah, it is silver in thermometers.
Why do I see red?
I think it's
do they add color?
No, it's probably the tint of the plastic.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never seen the red thermometers.
I mean, I just have the weather for the temperature, but okay.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am, we know that the metals mostly are silver or gray. Ma'am, what about the metals that do not have a luster?
Say that again?
Ma'am, we know that some metals are silver or gray. Ma'am, what about the metals that do not have luster?
I don't think I understood.
Ma'am, I'm saying that aren't there metals that do not have a do not have a luster?
There are metals that are not lustrous. Okay. For example,
sodium.
Yes, sodium, potassium. Right. These are metals that are not lustrous. Okay. All right. So copper is reddish brown in color. Gold is yellowish color. What are alloys?
It's like three elements mixed together. Three elements of metals mixed together, right?
Oh, is it necessary it has to be three?
No, it can be more than three actually. But yeah, mostly in the standard metals, it is only two things or something. But in alloys, they mix certain elements or with it, so it becomes a kind of cross thing.
Okay. So alloys are basically you can have even two metals if they mix together or two or more. Those are called alloys. So you can have alloys with as many as 5 or 6 different metals also mixed together. Just two metals also mixed together. I'm sorry about the disturbance. There's some construction going on, and somebody's riding their bike as well. Hold on.
Hello.
Sorry about the disturbance.
Man, your background noise. Like.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Ma'am, I think it's that you have like a pretty powerful mic.
No, I live in a very noisy place. All right. So where are metals and alloys used?
Well, I guess they're used in nearly everything.
Okay.
Alloys are used mostly in wheel rims.
Okay, very good. Yes, they are used in wheel rims.
They're used for bottles, they're used for keyboards, laptops, speakers, anything you can think of basically. Except for like maybe Legos and yeah.
All right. Okay, good. Oh, Veda, you made a chemistry birthday card for your mom's birthday. How sweet. Is your mom a chemistry teacher?
I feel like she's gonna say yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Okay, is it her birthday today?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, wish her on my behalf, Veda.
Oh yeah, does anyone know about that plane crash of Air India flight something that happened 3 days ago?
Pretty
I
bad.
think like, yeah, 18 people.
I have a question about alloys. Are they much more stronger than normal metals?
Yes, they are much more stronger than normal metals, and that's why they exist, right? Because we want them to be. We want is steel, for example, right? Steel is an alloy of iron. That means you have iron and you have a few other elements that are mixed.
Then why did they use aluminum for aeroplanes?
Oh, because it's light.
Yeah, I know it's light, but it's not strong.
You don't always need something to be really strong. For example, sometimes
No, I know it's not really strong, but it's not that. I mean, it's aluminum is not known for its strength. It's not the strongest thing, is it?
it is definitely not the strongest, but if you want to look for something that is strong as well as light, and most importantly light, because you're traveling in air and you want to keep your weight as low as possible, then you want to go with something as light as possible. In fact, a really good substitute for aluminum is carbon fiber, which is much lighter.
Yeah, carbon fiber is much lighter and it's actually pretty strong.
They use that to make race cars. Like,
Yeah, they use carbon fiber to make
race cars. Carbon fiber.
No, guys. People don't use carbon fiber to make race cars.
They do.
They use it.
Not all. Because
Obviously not all. It's really expensive.
Because if you use carbon fiber in a GT race car, it'll be so expensive for each race that you might as well just keep spending $1 million each day.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay for the wheels, the car safety, and if the car crashes, you'll have to pay for a new one, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, so carbon fiber is really, really expensive. Aluminum is cheap. Aluminum is durable. It is very lightweight, almost 1/3 the weight of any other metal you would find with that amount of strength. So yeah, I mean, that is why aluminum is used. Okay, now can you guys tell me about like what comes under physical state? So metals, can you tell me about the physical state of metals? We already discussed.
They're mostly solid.
Ma'am, they're solids.
Very good, yes, with the exception of?
Gallium
Bromine
and
and
mercury.
Who said
bromine and
gallium?
mercury.
I did. I'm not sure.
Okay, good. So gallium is liquid at, is it liquid at room temperature?
Yes.
Okay, so the answer is
Ma'am,
no.
mercury is also liquid at room temperature.
Yes, mercury is liquid at room temperature. Gallium is not liquid at room temperature. Room temperature is considered to be about 20 to 23 degrees Celsius, but gallium is liquid when it reaches 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so if you tell me what is the normal temperature of human body in Celsius?
36 degrees Celsius. No.
How much?
No. I can say 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Very good. And in Celsius, yes, Veda, 36. Okay, so it is
37.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So 36, 37. Okay, so that's the normal human body temperature. So if gallium is present at room temperature, it's going to be solid. But once I pick it up in my hand and hold it for some time, it's going to turn liquid. Okay?
Is it heavy?
Is gallium heavy? Yes, I would call it a heavy metal.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, not as heavy as, you know, iron and all, but also not as light as sodium. Okay. All right. So let's proceed. They're solids at room temperature. Exceptions is mercury is liquid. Mercury is it's written as Hg, and gallium is written as Ga. So gallium is liquid at 30 degrees Celsius.